Have you ever wondered if music might be able to increase your IQ? Imagine concentrating on schoolwork while the sound of song lyrics swirling about in your head fills the air. As it turns out, certain noises have the ability to sharpen your mind, while other sounds have the potential to slow it down. Today, we will investigate how natural soundscapes, ranging from babbling brooks to pink noise, have an impact on memory and learning. We will also distinguish between evidence and hype, because, as you already know, we fight misinformation by providing science-backed info with references. Let's begin by looking at our evolutionary origins. Our brains have developed in situations that are rich in auditory stimuli, and even babies prefer natural sounds, such as the sound of flowing water, over sounds that are manufactured. These early experiences contribute to the development of brain circuits, which may explain why exposure to natural soundscapes later in life can be beneficial to cognitive health. In a review on hearing and dementia, it was observed that there was a correlation between chronic hearing loss and an increased risk of developing dementia. This implies that activating auditory pathways with sounds that have meaning might be beneficial in maintaining cognitive function. But natural doesn't always mean boisterous. According to researchers who were investigating the recognition of sounds in the environment, our ability to correctly recognize common noises is affected by both our age and the audibility of the sounds. As people get older, the sensitivity of their hearing decreases, which makes it more difficult for them to decipher cues that have significance. It is possible that listening to captivating natural noises and maintaining healthy hearing will help to keep these pathways active. Individuals who have Alzheimer's disease experience exacerbated agitation when they are exposed to detrimental noise. However, both controlled soundscape augmentation and music therapy have demonstrated potential to alleviate symptoms and provide cognitive support. So, what about deliberately introducing noise? I'm talking about white noise, which can be described as the sound of a fan or static. During a memory exam, school children who were inattentive but listened to white noise in the background actually remembered more words than those who were attentive. The students who were attentive fared lower on the test. This paradox can be explained by stochastic resonance. It's the process by which a moderate amount of random noise elevates a weak brain signal to a level that exceeds the detection threshold. Children who listened to white noise while participating in a subsequent randomized test had increased verbal working memory. Nevertheless, not everyone is able to benefit from this. According to the findings of a recent study, there was no general improvement in adults who performed 7 cognitive tasks while being subjected to auditory white noise and vestibular noise. However, some of the individuals who favored background noise while working showed indications of improvement. Therefore, the notion that white noise is a universal brain hack is not accurate. Pink noise is a deeper and gentler relative of white noise, with more power in lower frequencies. It is frequently advertised as a memory booster. However, science advises that we proceed with caution. One study found that people who were sleeping to pink noise experienced a negative effect on creativity and pattern recognition. Another experiment looked into exposure to color noise and found that, as compared to working in quiet, both pink noise and red noise had a positive effect on working memory and executive function. In the meantime, researchers using pink noise images to create equivalent visual patterns observed that a significant amount of perceptual overlap ended up worsening future recall. To put it in a nutshell, pink noise is not a solution that works in all situations, despite the fact that it may be beneficial in some situations. If you are looking for a way to improve your mood, try listening to bird songs. According to one randomized investigation, healthy volunteers experienced a reduction in anxiety and paranoia after listening to recordings of bird songs. Children's attention spans and cognitive performance improved in classrooms when natural soundscapes were played. The findings of a narrative evaluation of restorative environments showed that genuine natural sounds are beneficial to mental repair and cognitive function. There was another study that found that birdsong in urban parks did not significantly help with stress recovery. That's because context is important. The greatest value may be derived from natural recordings of excellent quality and without traffic interference. Our brains are responsible for managing information across modalities when it comes to working memory. In the realm of working memory, researchers observed that attention has varying effects on the different senses. They also discovered that the accuracy of auditory working memory is a good indicator of how effectively we are able to pick out speech in noisy surroundings. The addition of intervening noises does not cause pitch memory to disappear entirely, but rather causes it to become more indistinct. In addition, particular brain pathways synchronize rhythmic sequences. These findings suggest that using basic natural sounds while studying could potentially cover distractions and assist in maintaining focus. However, sounds that are extremely similar or complicated could overload your cognitive workspace. In addition, researchers are conducting experiments using rhythmic stimulation to entrain brainwaves. Memory processes are associated with gamma frequencies that are around 40 Hz. A study that examined multimodal stimulation therapy at 40 Hz found that daily audiovisual stimulation enhanced cognitive performance and memory in individuals with Alzheimer's disease, decreased amyloid deposition in mice, and increased functional connectivity in humans. Another study, which made use of 40 Hz acousto-optic stimulation, discovered that healthy participants had an increase in 40 Hz brain power as well as an improvement in their working memory. Nevertheless, a recent study involving human subjects found that visual memory and perception were not improved by stimulation at 40 Hz. This demonstrates that this is a promising but not yet established method for all activities. Another reason why individuals listen to recordings of nature is in order to reduce stress. Studies on the preference for sounds of nature demonstrate that how calming those sounds are is affected by our ability to recognize distinct natural things. Stress scores can be reduced by digital interventions that blend nature sounds with breathing exercises. What's the most important thing to remember? Combine attentive techniques with natural sounds, and be sure to choose recordings in which you can easily identify the source of the sound. In fact, processing complicated soundscapes requires brain energy and activates your prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex aids in determining whether auditory and visual signals originate from the same source. The brain is actively involved in the process of constructing meaning from the sensory data it receives, so mixing sounds and visuals may engage deeper networks than listening alone. So, what is the best course of action for you to take? While you are studying, if you have difficulty maintaining your focus, consider listening to white noise at a moderate level or to soft nature recordings. If you're in need of a mood enhancer, try listening to the genuine sound of birds singing or water flowing. When you're studying, you should refrain from listening to music that has lyrics because the words will compete for your attention. When it comes to pink noise or gamma stimulation, exercise caution about claims that these would immediately raise your IQ. The research on this is inconclusive. The most important thing is to pay attention to how different noises affect your emotions and performance. The soundtrack that is most suitable for your learning experience could be as individualized as your personal music playlist, as your brain is unlike everyone else's. If you learned something today, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more science-backed health content. Stay curious and see you in the next one.